The 4 reasons why women should walk away from mentally getting aroused in sex. So there is an opinion that the best route to female arousal is some kind of a mental stimulation, that women are aroused through the mind. I think this is terrible advice for female sexuality when presented as the key to female sexuality. I think it's okay as a facet of sexuality, something different to play with sometimes. But for a larger proportion of women, I believe this dogma is doing a great disservice. It shuts them off from their most fulfilling sexuality. And a lot of women are using it as a crutch, as a workaround, as a band-aid. So I made a video on what is the best way for female arousal. And if you haven't watched that video, I'm posting the link here. But I'm going to expand in this video on the reasons why mental arousal is not good advice, in my opinion, for women. So the first reason is you're just reinforcing being in your head in sex. And being in your head for most women is already the biggest problem. You can't get out of your head is always noisy. You can't really be in your body and really feel the pleasure, sexual energy in your body, the real connection to your partner through the body. Mental stimulation is only reinforcing that pattern. It only incapacitates you further from actually being able to be in your body and to feel your sensation. Women complain that they're always in their head, and then they're using precisely the sexual method that puts you into your head. So you think one knocks out the other, but it doesn't. As you have already found out, you can't just pick and choose, and you can't control your mind as well as you think. If you train yourself to be in your head, the whole of your head is going to come with you. You can't just pick all the good stuff that's going to arouse you. You're going to have all the mental crap coming with it and blocking you, in your body, in your feeling, in your sensation. The only way you can not be in your head is not to pick some kind of a mental stuff that's actually good for sex, but to actually learn to be in your body, to completely come out of your head from all of the stuff in your head, including all the mentally exciting stuff, and actually to learn to feel your body, your sensation, your sexual energy in the body. Every good sex coach will teach women how to be in their body. It's fundamental. And this dogma that women need to be mentally stimulated is training women to do the opposite. You're losing your ability to be in your body. It means that you can't feel the real sexual energy, the real love, the real closeness, the real aliveness. And then your whole sex life becomes just about all your dark fantasies. The second reason why mental arousal is awful advice for women is because it's actually super difficult. Like, you think it's an easier way to get aroused because currently the arousal through the real energy of the body is so underperforming that you think mental arousal is easier to access. It's not. If you have a good practice of really feeling into your body, feeling your sexual energy with your partner in this moment, creating those sensations, that's a really direct and fairly straightforward way to engage once you know how to do it. But engaging your mind and stimulating your mind is far more difficult. What's more easy, to just go and lie in the sun and enjoy the sunshine on your body just to enjoy how it feels, or to find an engaging piece of social media content or something interesting enough to watch on TV? Our minds are now so overstimulated. There's so much stuff. The mind is so capricious, so fickle. In the long run, it's far more difficult to run your whole sex life trying to find the things that will really engage you in the mind, then that will really nourish your body and activate your body. And it's not just, engagement, that extent of mental stimulation to find. It has to be really strong engagement for you to actually activate your body to the extent that you're going to get so aroused that your genitals get aroused, that you're going to feel orgasmic. That extent of mental stimulation to find is going to be hard work, in the long term. You might manage it today with a particular mental trick, but that will wear off tomorrow. You're going to have to find another one, and forever. So the more you go into this, the more and more you're actually going to have to work on finding, enough mental stimulation than if you have a really solid, reliable way of engaging with the body. Maybe something sparks up your mental excitement to the extent that you feel, oh, that's actually kind of really turns me on. But making this a sustainable, frequent sex life for years and years is a completely different story. While with the arousal through the real connection through the body, you can absolutely do that forever. Here we come to the third problem with it that normally happens. Here we come to the third problem with it that normally happens. The mental stimulation you're normally using is not very authentic to what you actually want to, experience with your lover. It often doesn't reflect your actual relationship with your lover. You are together as loving partners. You want to feel that real connection, real intimacy, real merging, real union, real love with your partner and your sexual energy in sex. You want to have authentic lovemaking with the person that you love. Is that what you're going to fantasize about? Is that what's going to stimulate your mind? The mind is not stimulated by things like, intimacy and love. The mind is stimulated by something novel, something unusual, or downright something weird. If that is your method for mental stimulation, like what you want to do is you want to make love to your lover, but you have to stimulate yourself with what? Them having to behave in some kind of a different way than who they normally are with you, or something unusual that is not kind of your normal day-to-day interaction, or some kind of a dark fantasy that for some reason turns you on. I'm not saying all mental stimulation is like this, but often enough, what arouses you, what excites you is not what you really want to actually feel, as a real experience in your lovemaking, to feel the love and the connection with your partner, right? And then there is a discrepancy about, the life that you want to live with your partner and what happens in sex, like some kind of a parallel reality that's not actually expressing your relationship in the area of sex. The next reason is arousal non-concordance. What's that? It's the discrepancy between the arousal that you feel mentally, excitement, and the actual arousal of your body, to the extent to which your body is actually activated, is actually alive, is actually able to do things, to feel things rather, how that converts into the actual sexual sensation and orgasms and everything. So it's a very well-known phenomenon that women often have the disconnect between arousal in the mind and the arousal in the body. Now, I'm not saying that this is happening to you. It may well be that when you get mentally stimulated, you do get really turned on in your body. But this phenomenon happens to a lot of women with mental arousal, and it's confusing. You'll be sexually excited in your mind, but your body is not activated. And then you think that your body is not working and you're confused by this. You think, well, what's happening? I'm excited, I'm aroused, but my body doesn't feel much, my body doesn't feel a lot of pleasure, I'm not orgasmic. Well, no, it's because all your excitement is just in your head, it's in your imagination. You haven't done anything with the body to actually arouse it. For some women that will happen, that mental excitement will directly go into the arousal in your body, and for other women it won't. So however excited you are in your head, you still need to do things with your body to actually arouse the body to feel pleasure and to feel orgasmicity and everything. You think that your body is not working, but you actually didn't put it to work. You haven't done anything with it. You're just there in your head. And ultimately, what do you want from your sexuality? Do you want a movie in your head that is entertaining you? Or do you want the real energy, the real aliveness, the real kind of happiness in your being, the real life energy that revitalizes you, that makes you flourish, that you feel that energy in your life? Do you want to feel real love as an energy with your partner? That's not a movie in your head, and you can't get that by playing a movie in your head. But it is all there for you. You can connect with it. It exists. You can tune into it. You can access it. You can feel that real extraordinary aliveness of sexual energy that women possess. That's basically a part of this universe for you, a part of this reality, a part of this world for you. Is tangible. And the love that you share through the bodies is a real powerful energy. You can't get all of that by playing an exciting movie in your head. That will always remain just an exciting movie in your head. So by ditching this reliance on mental arousal and learning to really feel sexual energy, connect with it, through your body. It's not, the body is not the meat. It is you in the body really experiencing real life, real energy, real substance of your sexuality and with your lover. Only by doing that, you will discover, your richest, most powerful sexuality and all the different varieties of beauty that it can offer. And playing the movie in your head, by all means, it's nice sometimes to have an evening and play a movie. Why not?